Hi! It is the last day of 2018. This year went so fast. They keep going faster and faster. The older you get, the faster it goes. But this one seemed to go extremely fast. Personally, before I start to figure out what I want to hope for and what my goals are and so forth for the next year, I always like to take a little bit of time the last day of the year. Of course, you can do this any time of year or whenever, but I always like to take a moment to think back and ask myself certain questions about the previous year so I can kind of learn from what I've done, what I have not done that I should have, and so forth. So what I have done is I have compiled a group of 10 questions that I ask myself. These are the things that I ask myself before heading into the next year. So I thought I would share them with you today and maybe a little bit of insight into some of the answers that I have. Sort of, but you know, these can get very deep and personal too. So when you do this yourself, really take time. I mean, this can take as little as 10 minutes. This can take a while. You can journal it, whatever you want to do. Whatever works for you that gives you a chance to just reflect just a little bit before you jump into the next one, the next year. Okay, so here we go. Number one, the very first question I like to ask myself is, what is my biggest accomplishment from this past year? What am I most proud of? To me, that's a good way to start this questioning, because you don't only want to think of what you did wrong. You know what I mean? I always like to try to keep things in the positive, and that's a good way of kind of feeling like, yes, I just completed a year. What did I do that worked for me? What did I accomplish? What did I get done? And it starts the whole thing out in, you know, even if it's something small. You know, you finally cleaned out your sock drawer. You've been wanting to do that for years. It can be something as small as that. It can be a major career advancement. It can be a small career advancement. It can be anything that you did that you feel particularly proud of, that you accomplished throughout this past year. So first I like to kind of delve into that, think about it, think through the year and decide what was my biggest accomplishment. What are the few things I am most proud of? Love that one. Then, once you've done that, number two, what new healthy habit did I attain? You always try to come up with something healthy. You know, the big thing every single New Year's Eve is, oh, yeah, starting January 1st, I'm going to stop eating sugar. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut back my coffee intake, you know, whatever it is. We all have those intentions, right? And how many of them are still in action in February? You know, they don't last. So instead, I like to think, well, what new healthy habit did I attain from last year? What did I do differently that I hadn't done before? And I can honestly say that this past year, every single day, I drank a lot of ice water with either lemon or lime. My preference is lime, but fresh lime. It's a very good cleanse. It cleans out your liver. Your liver takes care of just about absolutely everything in your body. You need to have it cleaned out the best you can. And this helps your kidneys. It's really good for so many things, and it's amazing for your skin. So that's my personal one, and I urge you to give that one a try. There have been a few other personal health things that I've done, but that one for sure is my new habit. I travel with limes now. I want my limes. I want my water to have citrus in it. I love it. So anyway, that's mine for that one. Okay, this one starts off feeling a little bit negative, but you need to kind of go there a little bit. Where did I behave in a way that I wish I did not? And how did I fix it or change because of it? Now, at what point in time can you think of a time, a situation that you handled something poorly? We all do. We're none of us perfect. It could be 1,753 times you did something that you just really shouldn't have done. You know, someone gets on your last nerve at work and you like to push their buttons, or, you know, and you know you shouldn't, but you keep doing it, that kind of thing. Whatever it is, what is the one time, at least one, you can come up with one, I'm sure of it. We all can. Of some time that you just did not behave the way you wish you would have. You know, and then think about how I could have handled that differently. And did you try to fix that situation with whomever it was that you were dealing with? And if not, why not? Embarrassment, what, you know? And then think about that, you know, and then think about how did I change because of that situation? Did I realize, okay, I don't need to be that petty, or oh no, I don't need to be that irritated at this person. They mean well, you know, whatever it is. What did you take away from it? I always love to think of those things because, like I say, we all do stuff that we wish we didn't, and think stuff and say stuff, and it just happens. We're human beings, and that's okay. So number 4, Where have I healed some aspect of my life? So in the past year, have you found forgiveness for something? Have you forgiven yourself for something you've done in the past that you've not been able to forgive yourself for? Have you forgiven another? Have you come up with a new healthy habit that healed you in some way? Have you released an old resentment? Where have you healed yourself in any aspect of your life? And that might take some thought, because you have to kind of think about, like, what aspect are you feeling needed some healing, number one, and did you do anything throughout this past year to really help with that? And if not, why not? That takes some thinking too. And if you did, how can you do more of that so that more aspects of your life can then feel and be healed? So that is number 4. Number 5, what has made me stronger? So what has made me stronger this past year? What has made me not as shy, or not as what has boosted my confidence, or what has somehow made you stronger? Did you go through something really awful? Have you gone through a divorce? Have you gone through a bad situation with any kind of a relationship? Have you had a death in the family that has been really, really hard for you? Have you had your pet, die? Whatever. Has it made you stronger? And if so, how? Like, how did it make you stronger? Did it make you appreciate more the people that you are around always? Did it make you want to reach out to others and say, I love you, to your loved ones when maybe you didn't have the chance? How did it make you stronger? Was it a work situation where you did not think that you could make this goal? You had some sort of a work thing or a crisis, and you dealt with it, and now you're a stronger worker because of it. Whatever that is, what is your thing? So think back on the year. You can have 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things. Doesn't matter. It's up to how much time you want to take, thinking about it. But what in this past year happened that has made you stronger in one way or the other? Number 6, we're halfway there. Where did I grow? Now, I like to put this into 3 categories. Where did I grow spiritually, mentally, and physically? So those are my 3 things. So I think like for example, I've grown spiritually in the past year, I feel like, because I have definitely had more time to really think about my life and have all my gratitude and do my gratitude journal. And I've had time to practice more meditation, which has really calmed my central nervous system, which has really helped with my immune system, which has really helped with my autoimmune problems and everything. So that has helped me physically and emotionally so much that it's something that's very, very good that I've done. So I've definitely grown there. So that's an example of how did I grow spiritually. Then we also have mentally. What have you done that's challenged yourself, that's made you grow mentally and physically? What have you done to challenge yourself to grow in any way physically? That one will take a little bit of time. Number 7, what area of my life did I improve the most? I like this one because every year, like I said, we all have fantastic intentions. It's January 1st. I'm going to start that new diet. I'm going to be bikini ready, before spring. I am going to pay off all my bills. I'm going to save $10,000. I'm going to purchase that whatever I always wanted. I'm going to, whatever it is. We all have these lofty, lofty goals. Well, what area of your life have you improved the most? Is it you've dealt with your weight more, you've dealt with your physical self, if you have any kind of a chronic problem, have you dealt with that better? Have you dealt with your career, your work life, your friends and family? Has there been some sort of a situation in your friends and family where you've just really needed to improve? So what area of your life is improved over the previous years, this past year? 3 more. Number 8. What new thing have I learned about myself? Ask yourself that. Because we all think we know ourselves, but we all change. We're not exactly the same person we were 25 years ago. We're not the same person we were really 5 years ago. So many of our experiences really change us, sometimes in minute ways, but those minute ways really add up to a bit of a change in ourselves. And it's really good to note those. You can't think, well, this is how I've been and this is who I am since I was in high school. I felt this way. Usually people go through a lot of stuff in life and they're not that same person anymore. So take a step back, think, what changed me? How have I changed? What have I learned from any of those changes? What do I now know about me that I would never have thought? What am I now braver about? Am I more self-confident for some reason? Any of those things. What did I learn about myself? That's a good one. I really like that one. That's one of my favorites. Number 9 is a 3-part question too. Where did I waste the most? Time. Where did you waste the most time? For me, it's my laptop vortex. I go on my laptop and hours go by and I feel like I didn't get anything done or very little done compared to the time I was on it. So I have to be careful to walk away, do my work that I need to get done, shut my laptop, go somewhere else, because if I stay on it, I'm just get taken everywhere and it's the nighttime. Money. Where did I waste the most money this past year? What did you buy? Just 10,000 tchotchkes that, plasticky things that were really cute because they were shaped like a shoe or, whatever that we all think are just, oh my God, I have to have it. But really, do you use it? Did you need to spend that money? Is it cluttering up your house? That kind of thing. Did you spend way too much money on clothes or shoes or bags or, are you that kind of a person? Did you spend a little bit too much money, let's say, on going to Starbucks every day? Whatever it is, where do you feel like you wasted money that you probably didn't need to? That's a good one to think about. And then energy. Where did you waste the most energy? And for me personally, I need to be more organized. I mean, I am an organized person. I do feel like I'm more organized than many, but that doesn't mean I'm, real good at it either. I definitely could use some help, and I've kind of reorganized my desk situation right here. And I feel a little bit more organized. I got a new planner, so I'm working on getting myself organized with that. Just different things like that. Different drawers, different cabinets, different, pantry items and things, and getting that just put where I know they are so I know what food I have, that type of thing. That's where I waste a lot of energy, is just not being as organized as I could be. And I know that instead of rifling through drawers trying to find that thing, I know right where it is. So I want to get better at that. So those are the 3 things for what did I waste the most time on, money on, and energy on. And the last one, what brought me the most joy this past year? What was the thing that, like, if you think back on your year and you think of all your happy times, what were you doing? Who were you with? Was it because you had family over? For me, absolutely, number 1, it's family. There are no people on this planet I would rather be with any time of the day or night in my life than my family members. We just especially are very, very close. Our whole, my whole immediate and a little bit beyond family, we're very, very close. We just adore one another. We forgive each other's foibles and whatever's because we love them. We work well together, and it's the most comforting feeling. So I get most of my joy from family for sure. Beyond that, I'm thinking of my happiest times throughout the year. Many times it's, friends, old and new, spending time with them. And you guys, I consider you my friends for sure. I spend a lot of time with you, and I love it. And I love the correspondence that we have back and forth too. So definitely that has given me a lot of joy. And I'd have to say traveling. Anytime I go anywhere, if I'm going just 2 towns over and I see something new or stop at a new place or, eat at a new restaurant or whatever, I love to travel wherever it is. So anytime I'm traveling, I am just, my mood is just, woo, really happy. So once you've determined what your things are that have brought you the most joy in this past year of 2018, how can you incorporate more of that into your next year? So those are my 10 questions to ask myself before heading into the next year, and I thought I would share them with you. I do have them listed down below, so you can take a look too, or just kind of print that off or whatever and see if you would like to try this too. Because it doesn't take long. If you don't want it to, it doesn't. Or you could spend the afternoon with a journal writing it down and really thinking it through and writing down your instances, whatever you want to devote to it. But even if you just do the 10 minutes, I'm telling you it's worth it, because it really puts your focus where you want to go next year before it starts. And tomorrow is the 1st of January of 2019. Wow. So anyway, I'm so happy to have you guys with me. I'm just going to continue doing more of the same of what I do on this channel. As always, I cannot thank you enough for being here with me. Love you to pieces. As you know, my content is all over the place, so just pick and choose by the title what you want to see and what you don't. And I just enjoy having you with me so much. Thank you, and have a fantastic 2019. Bye.